A lot of fans really liked the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League. Some of the critics weren't as high on it, but you know what? There are a lot of good things about it that are defensible, and I'm going to talk about those right now. Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Greg, and on my channel I defend all of the nerdy movies and TV shows that you like that the internet says you shouldn't, because on this channel, your fandom matters. And I'll be the first to eat some humble pie here. Like, I did not think the Zack Snyder Justice League was going to be good. Wasn't a huge fan of the first Justice League, even though there are some defensible things about it that you can check out right up here. So let's look at some of the things that are super defensible about this movie. Getting to know the Barry Allen Flash was super awesome because I actually felt like he had more to offer in this. I felt like I got to learn a little bit more about him, about his motivations. Cyborg also saw huge growth. In fact, this felt more like a cyborg-centric film, and Ray Fisher did a fantastic job in the role. And I just was blown away at how much I really like Cyborg's arc, going from basically a recluse into a full-grown hero and accepting who he is and finding the family who are willing to accept him. And the emotional scene for him and the big breaking point for him in Star Labs, that really actually pulled on my heartstrings more than I thought it would. And even Aquaman was an example of this, because remember, this movie came out before the Aquaman movie. Like, the cut would have come out before Aquaman did. So seeing Zack Snyder's interpretation of that character really makes a lot more sense, because we're able to spend more time with him about how he is stuck between two worlds. Steppenwolf. Oh my gosh. Steppenwolf had a much better motivation. Instead of just wanting to like take over the world and terraform it, he wanted to do it to redeem himself. He was doing this out of wanting to gain Darkseid's favor. And while Darkseid may not have had a motivation that really spoke much to me, the fact is that Steppenwolf had a much better motivation that you could really more understand with what he's doing. Okay, the next big change is the tone. Having a consistent voice in this movie, going from having a mishmash of Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon to just a Zack Snyder vision in this movie, really changed how I felt about it. Like, it felt more consistent. It felt more like it was all part of the same thing, and it didn't feel like I was just like being jarred back and forth between super dark and like really witty, quirky and funny stuff. The other thing too is that I felt like this movie showed a little bit more of the breadth of the type of tone that Zack Snyder can do. The other thing that really worked for me, and that makes a ton of sense on a plot perspective and from a story perspective, it makes a lot of sense why they wanted to bring him back, because it was like they fought Steppenwolf and they realized, oh, we need somebody who's more powerful. It wasn't just because like Batman felt guilty or they just wanted to do it just because. It's because there was like, I felt like the motivation was a lot clearer about why they wanted to get Superman back. And it wasn't just because the world missed Superman. It's like, we're facing somebody who's really powerful, and Superman is the only person who's strong enough who can match that. I also want to say this movie really improved because I felt like the story was super streamlined. Like, it all, again, this goes back to the vision thing, but it all felt like it was connected instead of just a jumbled mishmash of scenes with characters that I kind of like. I felt like I got to know the characters a lot more, and I felt like there was a more coherent story with this as well. One other good thing I really want to mention quickly, no weird Henry Cavill CGI'd like mouth and face to get rid of a mustache. Like, he looked so much better just being his normal self. And some people might call him a very handsome man as well. The last thing I want to mention that really worked for me was actually how they broke it all up. Breaking it up into parts made it way more consumable for me as a viewer to feel like I can stop it and start it again without really missing where I was at. I actually took a couple of days to watch this, and I felt like that was the best way to go about. It felt more like a mini-series to me, and I think that was where this was supposed to go anyway. And if you like this new Justice League movie and were able to sit through all 4 hours, I created a video compiling a bunch of recommendations of different movies and TV shows you should watch that are similar to this that you can check out right up here, and I will see you in that next video.